All right, Shalom. Before I get started, I want to give all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Makar HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at GMS. Peace, honor, and respect to you brothers that's out there laboring, edifying, rightly dividing the word in truth and sincerity. And Shalom to you believers out there, the Aki and Wa Akwati. So I was watching, one of the brothers' channels from GMS, KC, out there, I believe in Kansas City. And he had these videos, so I wanted to do something on them, just bring out a couple precepts. Just the first one.
People who work numbers, I am giving you free advice that those of you who are holding dollars, you surely might go into losses. You better do what you must do, because this market is going to be different in a couple of weeks.
Now, who you just saw was the president of Kenya. He basically telling his citizens that they need to get rid of their U.S. dollars because in a matter of weeks, it won't mean anything. See, the reason why he is saying that, because Africa was in debt to the United States. But why everybody was paying attention to TikTok case and being distracted with the bullshit, what Putin did was Putin paid off the debt that Africa owed America. So now Africa no longer owes America anything. So now that Putin has paid off the debt for Africa, Africa decided to join alliance with China and Russia. So now China, Russia, and Africa have joined together. Their military and everything will be as one. They have teamed up now. And Africa has already declared that whatever China and Russia need at this point, that they will assist them and they will join them into doing whatever they need to be done. So America has already collapsed. The dollar bill has already collapsed. No one wants to deal with us. So I urge all of you to take all of your money out the bank, because one day we're going to wake up, all the banks is going to be closed. Take all your money out of your savings, take all your money out of your 401k and all of that stuff, because we're going to wake up and everything is going to be dead, because no one wants to deal with America anymore. No one wants to deal with the US dollars. So take your money out the bank and get everything you need for your families, because the next coming weeks and months, especially during the summer, is going to be hell in America. So I suggest that you get everything you need while the U.S. dollar still matters very little in the United States, because eventually it's going to get to a point where the majority of these countries is not going to want to affiliate with America, because America has burnt a lot of bridges. America has destroyed a lot of things and a lot of people. And it gotten to the point where though it's going to be America against them. So all I'm trying to say is that we need to really stop being distracted, because it's a lot more stuff that is going to happen before the summer. So this is now the time to get your family together and have those conversations. It's now the time to get everything you need, because we're going to wake up and it's going to be completely hell on America, because Judgment Day in America is here.
Judgment Day for America is here. And she said a mouthful. She said a mouthful, man. And this is biblical. All right, because number one, America will be destroyed. All right, that's the end game. All right, it's the end game for the Edomite power structure. The so-called white man, when America come crashing down, the so-called white man's going to be crashed down, and the rest of these heathen nations, Saudi Arabia, the Chinese, all of them, they're going to be down. Revelation 18 and 9, it says, "And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and live deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning," and that's speaking about America, "standing afar off, for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come." All right, and the judgment is here. And she was speaking about the dollar. She said a lot. All right, She's speaking some facts. When you go to 2nd Esdras 15, okay, because even it says, starting at verse 16, it says, "For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes," right? Because when all hell break loose, the dollar collapse, when they start really resetting for real, when they shut it down, people not going to care about what Biden or whoever in office saying. People not going to care about the mayor. People not going to care, okay? And the course of their actions to stand in their power, right, is going to be no holds bar. All right. Dog eat dog. All right. And that's again where, it goes into how you women, the feminism is going to take a hard plunge overnight. It's going to go from a million to zero. The women that's walking around here, high and mighty, that's going to change overnight. All right. Verse 17, "And a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able." All right. And you notice in one of my last lessons, I had those. I don't even think I did it yet. But it was I don't know if I did it yet. But anyway, it's about those 15-minute cities. All right. The 15-minute cities. Let me see something. Let me see if I did that video yet. Yeah, I might have. Yup. I think I did it with this one. Prophecies, speaking loud. Yup. All right, Shalom. Oh, no. I ain't do it yet. But you got the video out there about the 15-minute cities. All right. Where you need the codes to go to the next thing. You need the code to use the bathroom. This, Lord willing, I'll do the video today. Verse 18, "For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. All right. The houses shall be destroyed and men shall be afraid." Right. Men being afraid, how much more women? All right. That's why women is going to need men. That's why the men, okay, is going to be in the men of the Lord. It's going to be more precious than roughly paraphrasing the gold of Ophir. All right. Very, very precious men in the Lord will be in these times to come. Verse 19, "A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation." Again, it's going to be dog eat dog. All right. Men going to be afraid. Women going to be afraid. Feminism, dead. All right. Pookie and Ray Rays, dead. All right. It's going to be the men of the Lord that's going to really survive this thing. All right. Because the Lord judgment on America is not. Excuse me. Judgment. This is judgment, and this is prophecy. This is why the dollar is going to collapse. The elites is in line with it. They're really doing it, but it's ultimately the will of the Heavenly Father. Okay. Woo, excuse me. My allergies been messing with me for these weeks. All right, that pollen dropped in, boy. But this is biblical prophecy. All right. Because when you think about it, let me see, what is that? Psalms, I believe. See, and she said you might as well get your money out the bank. And at the end of the day, the American dollar, the dollar is just going to be toilet tissue. All right. It might be Psalm 75. Bear with me one second. What's it, Proverbs? No, here we go. Proverbs 23 and 5. All right. It says, start at verse 4. It says, "Labor not to be rich. Cease from thine own wisdom." Okay. "Wilt thou set thine eyes upon that which is not? For riches certainly make themselves wings. They fly away as an eagle toward heaven." Right. Meaning you can't put your trust in riches. All right. Because one day you have money, one day it's gone. Okay. You never know. Now, what she did say, one day we could wake up and everything is going to be different. Right. because all of these other nations is they're tired of America. That's another judge. That's another thing I wanted to bring out. All right. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go to this video and then bring it out because I want you to see this. But it's judgment, okay? You know, the white man, he got a lot to pay for. All right. America has a lot of blood on his hands, destroyed a lot of nations. All right, did a lot of things. All right, and these other nations, including the EU, is even going to turn against America. And that's the blessing of the scriptures when you learn the scripture in its purest form, because you understand it's like the open book test. All right, Yahweh Shem Yahushua has gave us the playbook. All right, basically we kind of know the end game. All right, we don't know every every little detail, but we know the points. We know, like, okay, America gonna be destroyed. The white man, his kingdom gonna be brought down. He going into slavery. You other nations going into slavery. All right, our Lord is coming back to save the elect of Israel. Okay, and we gonna be good forever. All right. We know certain things. We know that the dollar is going to collapse. We know this money going to be trash. It's going to be toilet paper. All right. We know Jacob's trouble is coming. All right. But we still got to be spiritually built up, because once it happened, it's one thing to talk about something, then it's another thing to be going through it. That's one thing I have learned in life. All right. So let me let y'all check out this video.
What is this coalition of countries standing up against the Western hegemony? And that's really what it is. It's not just Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. You have well over a dozen countries that have already applied, such as Algeria and Argentina and Iran, the United Arab Emirates, Nicaragua, Turkey, Indonesia, Senegal, Nigeria, Afghanistan, Egypt, Kazakhstan, and the biggest one of all, Saudi Arabia, has formally applied to the BRICS nations. And so when you talk about this growing cohesion of countries, there are others that they're already set their eyes on. And in Brazil's backyard, you have Argentina. In Latin America, you have Nicaragua. In Central America, Algeria. You have Egypt. In near South Africa, you have Algeria, Egypt, Iran, Saudi Arabia, as we just talked about, the United Arab Emirates, Nigeria, Senegal, Afghanistan, Kazakhstan, India, Indonesia, Thailand. All of these countries and their neighbors that are growing together are forming a massive, very imposing, not only from a GDP, but you put all these countries together and their military might is very, very strong as well. And those are the BRICS plus. Now they're talking about adding more countries, including Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Panama, Bolivia, Chile, Cuba, Ecuador, Peru, Uruguay, Venezuela, Azerbaijan, Mongolia, Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and Vietnam. The list goes on and on and on. And
okay, so let's look what that means.
It goes on and on and on. And that's biblical prophecy, man. All right, when you go to Jeremiah 49, all right, it says what? When you start at verse 13, it says, "For I have sworn by myself, saith the Lord." You know how Jake might be like, "Man, I swear on my mama, man." The Lord said, who else can the Lord swear by? Nobody. He said, "For I have sworn by myself, saith Yahweh, that Basra, all right, shall become a desolation." And when you're talking about Basra, I believe that was a chief city in Edom, man. Basra. Okay. That Basra shall become, matter of fact, we can just look it up. I ain't even got to guess, because I had it over here. All right. When you talk about Basra, you think about the so-called white man. All right. Where is it at? Here we go. Basra. Yep. A town in Edom. See? A town in Moab as well. But this is speaking about Edom. All right. Esau, Edom, man. All right. And Basra, when you go into the Edomites' baby, is the United States. All right. Because there's Edomites everywhere, but the United States is their baby. This is their chief of operations, basically. All right. DC is a city state. All right. Now you got London, you got the UK, all right? But America, that's Babylon the Great, man, okay? "For I have sworn by myself, said the Lord, that Basra shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste." Because when America is destroyed, nobody's going to live here, All right. It's going to be for the desert creatures. All right. I have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent unto the heathen, saying, gather ye together and come against her and rise up to the battle. Okay. See, sent unto the heathen. What? Okay. For lo, I will make thee small among the heathen and despised among men. See? And that's exactly what the Lord is doing, man. That's why all these heathen nations is coming against. Even you got Israelite nations that's coming against it. But that's why you have, the China and all of them coming against Saudi Arabia, and all of them is joining because they tired of America, man. Verse 16, thy terribleness hath deceived thee in the pride of thine heart, O thou that dwelleth in the clefts of the rocks, that holdest the height of the hill. Right, the white man is at the top of the totem pole, but he's about to be getting brought down low. Though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, and what is the symbol for America, as well as a lot of these European nations, all right, the eagle. I will bring thee down from thence, saith the Lord. Also, Edom shall be a desolation. Everyone that goeth by shall be astonished, and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof. Right, as in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighbor cities thereof, saith the Lord. No man shall abide there, neither shall the son of man dwell in it. Right, nobody's gonna be in America. Everybody gonna look. Lord will, in the kingdom, I'm gonna have all my sons with me. I'm like, look, you see that place? That's what happened when the white man ruled. See? That's what happened right there when he ruled. and I know a lot of Israelite men feel like me. That's exactly what we're going to tell our sons. That's what happened when, the white man ruled. This was the end game. Sodom and Gomorrah, why? Because you got the ABC community over here running rampant. Now hey, check this out. They had one of the biggest ABC parades in Tel Aviv. And that's supposed to, that's over there in Israel. All right. And over there in Israel, they trying to ban the Bible. Trying to ban speaking about Yahushua. And these supposed to be the people. But I heard a lot of them don't even believe in Yahushua. So, man, this is biblical prophecy, man. All right. Even when you go to, I can't forget about this. All right. Ezekiel 38. All right. All of them want to join BRICS. When you go to Ezekiel 38 and 4, it says, I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth in all thine armies, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with buckler and shields, all of them handling swords. And this is speaking when it's in verse 3, it says what? And say, thus said the Lord, behold, I'm against thee, O God, chief of prince, Meshach and Tubal. This is going into the Lord. Okay. Talking about Russia, man. Okay. Verse 5, it says Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them. All of them with shield and helmet. Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah of the north quarters and all his bands, and many people with thee. Many people with thee. And you just notice in this video,
this coal let their eyes on. In Brazil's backyard, you have Argentina. In Latin America, you have Nicaragua. In Central America, Algeria. You have Egypt. Excuse me. In near South Africa, you have Algeria.
He was going in. All right. Many people. Verse 7, be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. See? Verse 8, after many days thou shalt be visited. In the latter years thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword, and is gathered out of many people against the mountains of Israel, which have been always waste, but it is brought forth out of the nations, and they should dwell safely, all of them. All right. Verse 9, thou shalt ascend and come like a storm. Thou shalt be like a cloud to cover the land, thou and all thy bands, and many people with thee. All right. Verse 10, thus saith the Lord power, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought, and thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of the unwalled villages. And this is speaking about America. And I will go to them that are at rest. Who is that? Americans, man, we are the country that's most in rest, man. All right. You don't wake up and hear bombs going off. All right. Now you do have, you know, Israel that's in these ghettos, these barrios. You will wake up to that gunfire. All right, and see Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Even you got these the so-called Chinamen, the Arab man. They come over here and they in a good community. Now we know a lot of them Arabs. They come from over there from where it's just war stricken. All right, but a lot of the so-called white man, he really is at risk. He don't got to worry about going out. You can go in the suburbs and a lot of them leaves their doors unlocked. All right. Now, us from the hood, we know better. We ain't leaving no doors unlocked. All right. We might wake up to police sirens and gun violence. And, we come from a crazy neighborhood. We come from them hoods, man. But at the end of the day, we is still in America where it's a little bit different. But the white man, he really at risk. He go to sleep. Oh, birds chirping. See, I will go to them that are at rest and dwell safely, all of them, dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gates. Right now, speaking about America. Okay, that's why it's called the virgin daughter of Babylon, because a virgin we know is untouched, and America is untouched. You don't have atomic bombs that's been dropped over here, or you just see the Afghanistan military over here, or the Russian military just over here. You might wake up and see the Chinese troops just, patrolling your streets. No, you don't see that. All right. But see, a lot is finna change. It's biblical prophecy. That's why, the dollar is going to collapse. It's going to get bad. All right. It's going to get bad before it get good. Lord willing, we make it. Lord willing, we be a part of the elect. Okay. So I just wanted to bring this information out. Lord willing, it was edifying. To the next lesson. Shalom.